Hello, everybody.
Hi there.
Welcome back to another episode.
Yes, this is our late May episode of While We Fall Asleep.
As we fall asleep.
As we fall asleep.
But it's the sentiment is the same.
Yeah, the sentiment is the same, although we are wide awake, and it is about 8:45, I think, on a beautiful Seattle dusk. I'm loving how the Pacific Northwest stays later as we approach the solstice in June. So 5:30 in the morning, and the sun is up, and dusk happens around 9 or 9:15. So,
On that note,
I thought that
what do you have for us, lovely Lex?
I was thinking about. I kind of wanted to talk about one of the observations that, and I know that the Bay Area does this too, but one of the things that I am remembering from the years and years that I lived here before I moved to the Bay Area is the Seattle habit or tradition of planting gardens, oftentimes in raised beds, using the parking strip outside your house. And we are lucky enough to be in a corner lot. And so we've got 2 parking strips that we're responsible for. And when I say responsible, I mean like mowing and upkeep.
That could be a blessing or a curse.
And we have started a couple of raised beds already for gardening.
Yes.
And so Chris is going to this weekend do, those 2 raised beds are on one side of the house, and the other side of the house, Chris is going to start another raised bed. And we were talking about sometimes my cynical side can feel like nobody's going to understand the space or respect the space or appreciate our raised bed.
And I think, so just a little bit of background. I think we talked about it a couple episodes ago, and we've been talking about it, but we've been gone from the area for just about 10 years. And so while we were gone, we rented our house. And so there's, I think, a different feel when, you move back and, you kind of reclaim or take back ownership of the space. And, we've had a lot of positive comments from neighbors that have been excited to see what we've been doing with our space.
A lot of people come by and like, oh, what are you planting? And, oh, we're so happy that you're back. And, because it is different than what they've experienced with just having, renters in and out of the house.
So I'm very much of the mind of, and I think Lex, you are too. I mean, you're the one that kind of, we both talk about, focus and intent and all that stuff. And I just think that making our space for what we want and setting the intention for what we want, is going to be a good thing. And so, right now we are looking at a planter bed on the corner, which is pretty active, I would say, in terms of traffic.
I would say it is very active with a capital A and traffic with a capital T.
So,
and not all lovely and beautiful.
I think that this is a good opportunity to reclaim that space and turn it into transform that space into something that we want it to be transformed into. And I am just plowing right ahead with that. I think like she might have a little trepidation about it, but I do think that once things are put there and it's established that
the broken glass and the crushed beer cans and the cigarette butts and the dog poo will
Well, the dog won't be able to get up into the garden.
Right,
to the,
we'll
to
make,
the
we'll make the raised bed. And we're not talking about our dog, gentle listeners. Of course we're not. We're talking about the neighborhood dog that repeatedly gets out of its... Never mind, I'm being told not to speak any further about that.
That might be too specific. But let's just say this. We're creating a space now that there will be, I don't know what's going to be in there, probably some sage, but I think we'll be very mindful of what we're going to put in there. And I think that is all good. And we spent some time out on the porch today at dusk.
Chris has actually, in the beautification process, put some wonderful solar-powered lights around the front porch and the railings around the front porch, little fairy lights that around 9:30, 9:45, when it becomes darker here, come on and twinkle. And she was working on the back porch with also the solar-powered lights. And that really has been a lovely thing.
And we have a disco
Delightful.
ball.
We have actually a set of 4 disco balls.
It's a multicolor disco balls.
Also solar-powered, I might say.
And so what I really was thinking about when we made the move back too was how sustainable can we be? How can we, it's nice to be back, but it's like, how can we do things differently and really be conscientious about what we're doing in our community, how we're helping and all that stuff. And I thought the sustainable part. But I also thought about bringing a little bit of Burning Man to our everyday life. And so to me, what reminds me of Burning Man so much are the lights and the light show that happens at night. And now with everything that they're doing with solar, it's really a great opportunity to highlight those things at our house and just kind of make it whimsical, I think, and something that people might look at and say, oh, wow, what's going on at that house? They've got these lights, and so every week or maybe every 2 weeks there's something new that's been added to the mix. Who knows? There might be something in the garden bed. There might be some lights around the garden bed. We don't know.
We don't know. There might be laser lights at some point.
I think that there could be, it could get crazy because we are on the corner. But
we have a corner lot.
I do think, again, just to reel it back to what Lex wanted to talk about was turning a space into, or transforming a space into something different and really kind of making it our own and
bringing loveliness and beauty to it. Like intention.
I think that there's really something to be said for what I've always said about, hey, well, you can be upset or angry about something, but hey, now what are we going to do to make this something that we're really excited about, and using that positive energy and really transforming something that used to be something that, hey, we weren't that jazzed about, but now you look at it and you're like, oh, okay, I'm really excited about this. So it's, every day it's kind of like I get up and I think about how am I going to be a good steward in the neighborhood? How am I going to add to the beautification of this neighborhood? How am I going to continue this transformation that's happened? Our neighborhood has definitely changed. Some of it's great, and some of it is a little sad, because you do kind of wonder where those people have gone. people that have been priced out, but I think we're doing a good job in making a great space for people to walk past and to enjoy, and a good energy, a good corner of energy for the world.
Yeah, I think so too. And people do feel welcome to pop by and say hello and ask questions. And, we have been getting very positive feedback from that, and we feel good about it too. So I think that's all.
Okay. So on that note, I guess we'll wrap it up for tonight, and we'll talk to you all next time.
Find the places in your life where you can add a little bit of beauty and creativity, and enjoy that. All right. Take care.
Bye-bye.